Hello there. A friend is said to have helped Boris Johnson get a loan guarantee when he was Prime Minister. And a short time later, Johnson proposed him as chairman of the public broadcaster BBC. Known for his scandals, the British opposition is now calling for an independent investigation into former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The party wrote to Daniel Greenberg, who oversees a transparency register on MPs' financial interests in the British House of Commons. That is what The Guardian now reported. The background is a case of alleged nepotism. The newspaper Sunday Times had previously reported that the BBC chairman Richard Sharp is said to have given financial advice to the then Prime Minister shortly before his appointment by Johnson. According to the report, Sharp helped his longtime friend Johnson at the end of 2020 to arrange a guarantee for a loan of up to £800,000. Shortly thereafter, Sharp was officially nominated by Johnson for the BBC post. The BBC chairman is appointed by the monarch on the proposal of the Prime Minister and Minister for Culture. The public broadcaster is not involved in the selection process. According to media reports, Johnson was in financial difficulties at the end of 2020 due to alimony payments and the luxurious renovation of his Downing Street official residence. During this time, he had met Sharp and Canadian entrepreneur Sam Blythe, a distant cousin of Johnson. Ultimately, he gave Johnson the guarantee. According to the Sunday Times, Sharp is said to have first introduced the two men. Johnson and Sharp denied the allegations of nepotism, of course. A spokesman for Johnson told the Sunday Times that the meeting with Sharp and Blythe was not about the then Prime Minister's finances. Johnson did not disclose Blythe's assistance because it was assistance from a relative with no conflict of interest. Sharp, in turn, told the newspaper there was no conflict as he merely matched Blythe with Johnson and had no further involvement, as he put it. Well, of course, the opposition harshly criticized Johnson. The financial affairs of this disgraced former Prime Minister are becoming increasingly bleak, dragging the Conservative Party deeper into the mire, said Labour Secretary-General Anneliese Dodds. And it is about serious questions. Why was this money never declared? And what exactly did he promise these very generous friends in exchange for such generous loans? The lack of transparency gives the impression that there could have been something in return. And I once made a shirt with "Bye Bye Boris," but people like him are always a boomerang. They always come back. And it's not only the comeback stories, but everybody knew that the topic of scandals and Boris Johnson and lies and Boris Johnson was not over with his resignation. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.